Hello everyone and welcome to the Excel Hub. Today I'll be covering Excel shortcuts that I believe everyone should have in their toolkit. These will help you save time and energy when using Excel, which in the long run can make quite a substantial difference to your overall efficiency. I will start by going through these shortcuts in order and then offer some tips about how to make using them a habit. Firstly, let's cover shortcuts for navigating a spreadsheet quickly. Click the Control key and the down arrow to move to the bottom of this table, which is of course much quicker than using the scroll bar. Use the Control key and the up arrow to return to the top, Control and the right arrow to go to the right, and Control and the left arrow to go back left. You can also incorporate the Shift key to select many cells quickly. Use Control Shift and the right arrow to select this row, and then while holding down the Shift and Control keys, press the down arrow to select the entire table. To select a row, use Shift and the spacebar, and use Control and the spacebar to select a column. These work very well when used together with Control and the plus key to increase columns and rows, and Control minus to delete them. You will have likely come across the scenario where the cell width does not match the values in the cells, as shown here in column B. Here we can select the column and use Alt-OCA to adjust the column width. The only disadvantage with this shortcut, however, is that the column widths may not turn out consistent, which will make your sheet look less professional. For example, column F is wider than the rest of the columns. To overcome this, select the columns and use Alt-OCW to change the column width. Next, we want to bring this formula down to the below cells to calculate the mortgage principal each month. To do this quickly, we can select all of the cells by using Control Shift and the down arrow, and then use Control D to fill them. We can use an equivalent shortcut to fill the rows. Here we want to bring our monthly gym expense of £25 across for all months. To do this, select the row, and then use Control R to fill the cells with this value. Next, we have Control Shift 1 to 5. This shortcut is great when you're dealing with accounting numbers and want to quickly change the format of the cells. The ones I use most frequently are Control Shift 1 to apply the number format, Control Shift 4 to apply the currency format, and Control Shift 5 to change the format to percentages. You may also need to change the number of decimal places of a number. To increase the decimal places, use Alt-H0, and to decrease them, use Alt-H9. Finally, you may want to format a selection as a table, either for visual purposes or because you want to make a chart that is using the data dynamic. To do this quickly, select the data and click Alt-NT. So those are some of my most used shortcuts, which will definitely make your life easier when using Excel. To make using shortcuts a habit, I firstly encourage you to stop using your mouse to navigate Excel. This will force you to use the arrow keys as well as the shortcuts you have learned. Another tip is to click Ctrl F1 to remove the navigation bar at the top, which will once again encourage you to use shortcuts. Finally, something that has helped me is to keep a Word document which contains my most used shortcuts. Initially, when I still felt unsure about certain shortcuts, this document helped me quickly refer back to them instead of having to search for them online. This brings us to the end of this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you found it useful, and subscribe to the Excel Hub for weekly Excel tutorials, techniques, and examples.